Hi everyone. So in this video we're going to learn about aggregate function. All of us are aware of how to use sum function and a subtotal function because that's in day-to-day use. But aggregate function most of us either are not aware of or do not use it. So let's take a look at this useful function in this video. So we have an example here where a sum can easily be calculated by a function alt equal to, which is a shortcut. That will give you the total of all the values. For a subtotal, what you would just need to do is equal to subtotal, and since the code 9 represents sum and you want a subtotal by sum, so you would press 9 comma and then you would give a range and close the bracket. So here, let's say in an example where you have taken out one of them, then automatically it will give you the sum of only the remaining ones and the ones which you've not selected in the filter. But the sum function will still sum the unfiltered one. So that is the difference between sum and a subtotal. Now let's take a look at the aggregate function. So in the aggregate function, we have a functionality where we can ignore different type of either characters, text, errors, or subtotals, and so on. So let's take a look at the first one. So for aggregate function, let's see if you are hiding one of the rows. As you can see, you've hidden it, but still your sum and your subtotal gives you still the same result as if it is not hidden. But aggregate function, let's take a look. Aggregate, begin the bracket. As I said earlier, code 9 represents sum, so we will press 9, comma. The moment you press comma, you will be given multiple options to choose from. So here in the first example, we want to ignore hidden rows. So we would go by code 5 that represents ignore hidden rows. So we will press 5, comma, and then select the range and end the bracket. Now as you can see, aggregate function is giving you the result of summing up the numbers only to the extent of the rows which are not hidden, and it has ignored the hidden row. Now another example for ignored text. Begin the bracket. 9 represents sum, comma. For ignoring text, it doesn't have any indicative coding which represents this feature. So over here you can still press 5, comma, and give the end the bracket. Now as you can see, it has ignored the text which is 0 value and it summed up only the remaining numbers, and at the same time it has also ignored hidden row since we had selected comma 5. For ignore errors, so 0 value is a text but hash NA is an error. So for ignoring hash NA, you have to use aggregate 9 representing sum and ignore error values 6, comma, and the bracket. So here, as you can see, it has ignored errors, but it has still not ignored the hidden rows. but it has ignored the error only. Now there's one more scenario where we can ignore subtotals as well. As you can see here, it's a subtotal of first two clients, and then there is an error, and then the value. And how do you aggregate this? So aggregate 9 representing sum, and here we want to ignore the subtotal and we want to ignore the errors as well. So in this case we can use 2 and take the entire array and enter. So as you can see, it has ignored the subtotal in between and it has summed only the remaining values. I hope this video will be useful. If you like the video, please like, comment and share this video. Subscribe this channel. Thank you for watching.